going to be a review on scientific advertising by Claude Hopkins. Advertising has become a scientific field now where we know what is effective and what is not. This book discusses well-known principles and facts, and I'm going to discuss some of them for you. One of the first is headlines. So this is having a catchy headline. In advertising, you always want people to be drawn in by your couple of words that you come up with. They will be drawn into it and they'll never read into the fine details is the problem. So people are always busy, always in a hurry. So you've got to give them something quick that grabs their attention. Psychology. This is going to be learning that certain effects can evoke certain reactions. And this is the key to advertising. Everyone wants bargains, but they don't want to have cheap items, right? So the real advertising trick is to prove that the product is effective by letting them try it out for a period of time and then maybe giving them their money back if they're not satisfied. Being specific. So do not overinflate your product by calling it the best in the world or the most amazing, because everyone knows it's probably not true. So be specific and discuss what is truly spectacular about your product and what sets it apart. Discuss that the price has not been decreased, but that it's actually a certain percentage off. So instead of lower prices, say 25% off. Tell your full story. So the story needs to be real and it needs to be complete. You can't use a brief advertisement. You need to give all the details and the story behind your product. Art and advertising. Pictures can be expensive and space is going to be expensive, right? Any ad that you place is going to be expensive. But good artwork can stand alone and can be paramount. So make sure the advertising pictures are not eccentric or unique or weird to where people are trying to figure out what in the world you're trying to sell, because it's going to take away from your subject and it's going to give it useless attention that you're not looking for. Costliness. Some advertising methods are going to be way too costly to pay off. If you're a mom and pop store and you're trying to sell fudge, more than likely buying a billboard space over a huge highway intersection is probably not going to be something you need to do, and something that's not going to work for your company because you're going to spend more on that than you would ever make in fudge. So you want to convert your images into something that makes sense and something that makes cost sense. So an example would be if you sell oranges, you want to use a co-op, get everyone together in Florida and say, hey, buy Florida oranges. And all of you can pitch in, because then it makes sense and it won't be costing you too much money. Information. You must gain full information on the subject at hand. Research is required and fact-checking is required. You must learn what your users are spending money on and what percentage of the readers would appeal to what you're trying to sell so that you're going to be targeting properly. Strategy. You must use your skills and your knowledge to select a name that tells everyone what your product is all about. It must be distinct and it must stand out from the rest of the products. Use of samples. So the product itself should sell itself, right? Your product should be your best salesperson. Give samples in an environment where they are able to appreciate it. So giving a sample at a grocery store for a food item may be the best way to get that food item sold. A sample is going to get attention and it may actually get the customers to buy something. Attaching a coupon to samples that you do in-home mailings is a way to get them to try your product and give them an incentive to go to the store and actually purchase it. So these tips will help you to increase your business income and raise awareness of your product without causing you to go into advertising debt. So once again, this book is Scientific Advertising by Claude Hopkins, and he's got some great topics in here that are going to really help you along in the business world. Thanks.